welcome to our chapter meeting for March. We'll give you just a few CPAWS updates before we get to the presentation at hand, and I have to get some of my props just left on my chair. Just in general, we have been working hard up in the office to get several new programs going for the spring and summer. So personally, I've been working on a program called The Big Wild, which if you come to the next chapter meeting, I'll give a short presentation about. That's going to be an excellent program that we're going to be launching with NEC at the end of the month, and we'll have a large event in May, which you are all invited to. More details at the next chapter meeting, I promise. The Education Department is working on their water program, getting a program developed for grades 3s and 4s based on water and watershed awareness. So that one's slated to come out pretty soon as well, with a few pilot classrooms taking some programs in the springtime, and then we'll be looking full-time in the fall. And they might actually do a presentation of the water program in the fall for one of our chapter meetings. So I know it's quite far off, but you might actually put that in the calendar. It's well worth looking forward to. In the campaign side of things, we are working on a new Caribou campaign called Caribou and You. And if you're interested in this, which you should be, you can go to the website, caribouandyou.ca. And we're brand new this month. We're going to introduce a evaluation for our chapter meetings. So if you're interested, you can answer a few quick questions, felt fairly strongly one way or the other about the chapter meeting. We'd love to know about it. Just on just the speaker, the organization of the meeting, the length of it, the location, whatever. And if you have any suggestions for future meetings. So, and to entice you all to actually take a few minutes and fill it out, we're going to be offering a prize at the end of June. So for March, April, May, and June chapter meetings, we'll have a prize draw for those four if you filled out a chapter meeting evaluation. So just one prize package would be great. Tonight we have Robin and Marion White in the house. Robin and Marion White are here to talk to you about their brand new book, Wild Alberta at the Crossroads. And they have worked and lived in England and Australia and Canada since 1970. And Robin's background is in land use planning, and he worked as a senior planner at the City of Calgary and initiated the award-winning Sustainable Suburbs Study. And Marion's background is in journalism, editing, geography, and biogeography. And their book is on sale here tonight as well, with no GST, $40. We take Visa, MasterCard, and cash. And they will be very, very happy to sign it for you if you pick up a copy or two. So if you're interested, at the very end of the meeting, we'll be selling them at the back of the room. And there will be postcards out at the front. And just as we wrap up the meeting, I'll let you know what the upcoming chapter meetings are. So don't run away when we're finished. And with that, Robin and Marion.
When we first approached CPAWS with this show, we said to them that we were going to do a very elaborate sort of digital presentation, and we brought a software program. We've seen these digital presentations where one slide's fade into the other, every time it does it differently. You know, so we were going to inflict this on you. But we had a death in our family. We went to England. We had to stay over there for another 6 weeks. So we haven't finished the digital presentation. So what you're going to get tonight is slides. And the good news is that all the pictures in the book are actually scanned from slides. You're going to see the original slides from the book and a whole lot which are not in the book. So with that, Marion's going to start the presentation, and then I'm going to do the second half.
Thanks, Stephanie. Good evening, everybody. Wild Alberta Crossroads is not a regular nature coffee table book. It can be read on a number of different levels. And on the face of it is the story of our 7-year adventure around the natural regions of Alberta, exploring the beautiful natural regions, the landscapes, and the plants and the animals. And at a deeper level, the book is about the relationships of many kinds between mankind and nature, and industry, and the alternatives. And then what really lies at the heart of the matter, the deepest level of all the storyline of the book is a metaphor for the road we all must travel from childhood innocence through knowledge to wisdom and spiritual reawakening. And I'm not talking about institutionalized religion. These are prayer ribbons that we found in the. How did we come to write this book? Well, we explain about that in the preface, and that's a story in itself, but really it's all about the turning points in our lives. And how did we come to write the book? We reached the second turning point here with in 1977 when Robin was climbing on Mount Robson, and an avalanche hit and took the climbers right down, and one broke his back and Robin severely damaged his knee. And for a whole year, it took a whole year before he could even get some movement back in his leg. And so we had to stop climbing. We had to start going slowly. Instead of the mountains being a backdrop to our physical activities, suddenly they were the reason we were out there. And so we stopped climbing and we started going slowly, and we started discovering the plants and animals and being fascinated by them. And here we are. This is in Tanzania, and I'm looking up to see which kind of monkey this is. She's interested as well. She's a little vervet monkey. She had a baby with her as well. So we discovered plants and animals and how fascinating. And also, back here in Alberta, we realized that these were it was full of living landscapes, replete with interacting wildlife species and plants, and it was totally absorbing. And the real Alberta advantage we discovered was not the tar sands or low taxes. It was the healthy, complex, functioning ecosystems that enable life to flourish. These, the wetlands and other types of ecosystems, provide flood control, and they reduce drought. They sequester carbon. They control pests. They improve soils, and on and on. And they gladden our hearts and restore our spirits with their beauty and tranquility. And they are our ecological capital, and really we should just be living off the interest, not the capital. But we soon saw also another side, and that's the capital this ecological capital is under severe and remorseless pressure from excessive human use in the form of industrial and recreational and residential development, and that's because our government has no coherent vision for Alberta, and it's got no land use plan in place for long-term planning. And as Brad Stelfox says, the government seems to allow any use, anywhere, any time. So eventually Robin and I, in light of what we'd seen, the wonder of it, and gosh, the need to protect it and get people motivated about that, we felt compelled to act, and so we decided to write a book and to share what we've learned with our fellow citizens. So in 1998, Rob quit his career at the City of Calgary, and so that we could work together on the project full-time. And for each year, for 7 years, from May right through October, November, we would live in this 8-foot camper and rent our house out to students at a cheap price, which helped them out. And they'd look after our cat. And we'd go off and study and photograph the wildlife and so on, nature, and talk to landowners and biologists and other experts.